So here we're just going to plot in the background colour, and to do that we're just going to rough in the colours where we want them roughly, sprinkle it around. You don't have to be too fussy because we're going to be working this in. We're going to use a combination of the pale blue and almost a purple colour in this section. Now don't be too fussed if you go over your trees. We can always put these branches back in along the way. What you need to do is rub so much in, and then with your finger just smoothing it out until it goes in along the way, dropping it in. Don't over rub it because you lose the shine of the pastel. You will need to add more as we go and build it up slowly and gradually. You can use blenders and things. I prefer to use my finger when it's big areas like this. Make sure you get up along the edges of the paper as well. Blending it back in to mix up with the others. Very softly. And because I want this to have a couple colours in it, I'm also going to add in a tiny little, like almost a purpley colour. A bit hard to see here, but it actually is a purple sort of lilac type of colour. We're also going to add a touch of that through here as well. It's just going over the top. You don't want it to do all of it. Part at the bottom here. Blending that one back in as well. A bit of a variation in colour. We want a touch of that blue to look from underneath it. Pull all that excess stuff off so you can actually see what you're doing. You might like to lighten it up a bit by using a touch of white and bring that purple so it's a little bit lighter. Just adds in a bit of interest in this sky colour. With pastels, I always work from the top of my page down this way. I'm not running my arms all over it all the time. Always blowing the excess paint pastel off. I like to use the same finger for the two different colours because it'll only mud up the pastel. I always have on hand, take it out of the box so you can see, but I always have on hand a small packet of baby wipes. You can see them? Just a small packet, so that way you can get this excess pastel that you're giving your fingers off. You can see coming off on the cloth here, so that way I don't dirty up my colours as I'm working. In between sprays, you will need to be able to lift your work up and just tap off that excess. Now when you've done that, using a fixative spray, as you can see here, we then spray over it to make sure it doesn't pick up all the time. So we don't lose it, it seals a bit. Picking it away for about 20 centimetres. One of the other colours we need, because we're in here, we have the stem of the tree. We need to be working that in as well as we go. Just blocking in these colours. We block this colour in all the way down. To the bottom of the tree. We will add texture to this tree later. Give it a bit of, to give it a more 3D look, but for now we're just blocking in its main colours. Again, blowing off all the excess. You may have to lift it and tap it